Buenas amigos, ¿qué tal? And welcome from Alex Lecturing. Buenas amigos, ¿qué tal? Estamos de regreso and welcome to a new episode of Lincoln. Today we are here at Alex Lake Zurich together with a professor of mine at Glion, Mr. Jonathan Humphries. A big welcome to you.
Thank you very much, Beatrice. Thank you.
It was a great pleasure to have you here at one of my episodes together with Premier Swiss Media. And usually we talk about hospitality from an operational point of view. We had a wonderful subject with you about more the development process and both in the concept side but also in the investment side. So we wanted to know, first of all, more about you and then more about the sector and the trends.
Okay. Thank you very much, Beatrice.
Thank you.
Okay, so thanks very much for this opportunity for the discussion. So for the last, I would say, 7 years, I've been focused on creating solutions for the future of hospitality. Now, whether that's concepts or education, actually they kind of all fit into the same purpose, which is trying to move the industry forward in terms of a new way of thinking, a new way of experiences. So, for example, where we are now, which is the Alex Lake Zurich, we spent several years on the consulting side creating a new concept, which is a combination of being an urban resort, a high-end luxury service apartments, and then also with an international reach. And subsequently it won innovation awards in Europe for this concept. So that's kind of, I would say, concepts are really important in terms of pushing the industry forward. The next trend, which is the integration of technology, and there's such an opportunity here to really kind of move the industry to focus on really delivering amazing experiences and utilizing the technology that's available, right? So actually one of the concepts that we worked on for many years was Stay Cook, which won Innovation Award for Switzerland and then was runner-up in the Global Awards. And that's integrating both a fully flexible, customizable room and public space concept, but then with a technology platform.
Absolutely, I remember from
you
it.
do remember,
Yeah.
yeah. And actually that was so successful that technology platform now is a standalone platform that is available to pretty much any hotel company that wants it, and it's now called Like Magic, and it's one of the first fully scalable end-to-end consumer and employee experience platforms that can be essentially for a monthly fee taken on board, and it's a one-stop shop of all the integrated solutions. So I would say going from concepts, then utilization of technology, all focused on around experiences. But I feel that the next generation of hospitality concepts and programs, whether it's educational programs, should really, and actually education is a really good kind of way to think about it, because when you entered the masters, it's a transformation, it's a personal transformation. You kind of go in and then you experience all these different things, and then hopefully...
and more practical and just theoretical. So
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember also the group project we were to develop a concept in Zurich. So I mean, first of all, I already know some places because of that, but still we had to build it. So from the very beginning, from the choice of the hotel to the feasibility of the hotel, so something that actually you had to focus on. It was just saying, okay, we are open this without any other, how can I say, study or whatever. So yeah, it was one of my favorite projects, if I have to be honest with you. And still, I want a Soho house in Zurich. We need it somehow.
Yeah, so there's some cool concepts coming to Zurich. There's a brand called Lock, which is a lifestyle extended stay brand, which is opening pretty soon. And that's, that kind of emphasizes the trend in the sector. That's backed by a pretty significant fund called Brookfield that we worked with in terms of helping their European expansion. But now they're coming to Zurich, and so that's one example. But going back to the personal transformation, education is a good example, because you experience all these things, then hopefully your mindset has changed and your perspective has changed. I believe that hospitality concepts of the future will need to be offering individuals and groups of people the opportunity to transform personally. And now obviously in the high-end well-being space, there has been many opportunities for that. but it's been not really accessible. And even if you take a corporate traveler, for example, you know, they're tired, they're exhausted, they're away for friends and family, and they're away for a week, right? And I think it's not a great situation if you end up going back on the weekend to your friends and family more exhausted than when you started. But if you can go back refreshed, invigorated, inspired, motivated, then that's
new
really
ideas,
fantastic.
new...
Exactly, exactly. And then companies, I think, will pay for that because it avoids things like burnout and all of these, and you know, lack of motivation. Because so I feel that
or also like depression or
exactly right. So the whole, I think, you know, mental health is obviously one of the most important things that we have.
But this is something more like here in Europe. I think we don't care that much. It's more like an an American thing, like the well-being manager. I mean, I had a conference about this in April. And this girl was working at the Caribbean cruises, and they were super focused. But here, I mean, usually like you have to work a lot and you have to have results. So we have still to manage to have this figure, I guess. What do you think?
I think it's changing, and I think people it's
changing,
changing, and I think people are realizing that it's super important.
Okay.
And there's a more of a shift, but I think that it's happening within companies. But it's not happening within the hospitality offerings. Okay. And I think that's where, as hospitality industry, we can make people feel better and be better about themselves. Absolutely. And then help their mental health state, right? Because that then gives them an opportunity. So I feel that is the next genre, which is transformation, personal transformation. That happens when you go on vacation. Absolutely. Yes. Right? So you hopefully, when you finish vacation, but we shouldn't be, as a society, kind of waiting for that 2 weeks vacation to recharge and recover and then feel great again. We should be able to do it when we're on the move and during our life on a day-to-day basis. So I think that's where the hospitality industry will and should focus on. But in order to do that, we need to make a shift in terms of how we look after everybody that's actually providing that experience. So looking after the well-being of all the employees so that they feel great. Because if they feel great, then they can offer these incredible experiences. But if they are, also suffering some of the same challenges as the guests, then it's not going to work. You can put all the marketing in place that you want.
And still is a people-to-people market. So it's not like you're in front of a computer, and so you can be either sad and the computer doesn't care. You have to be like, every time you have to be perfect.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. That's it.
So thank you so much for your time today, and this talk is amazing. I think we will need another episode because we haven't talked about everything. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Beatrice.
Stay tuned for mucho más.